30th of October 2023. Welcome to Somalia's premium #1 station for news and updates, Dalsan TV. I'm your presenter, Abdurrahman Yusuf. Tonight, we have a lot in store for you, but first have a look at some of our top stories. First foreign banks open in Somalia in decades. Somali Prime Minister calls on clerics to back the government in the fight against Al-Shabaab. Al-Shabaab accused of fueling inter-clan conflict as a ploy amidst offensives. Somali Petroleum Minister meets UN Deputy Envoy for Somalia. Lovely viewers, glad to have you back. Now let's delve into our full bulletin. Ziraat Catalin Bank of Turkey has launched a branch in the Somali capital of Mogadishu, becoming the first international financial institution to fly from the Horn of Africa nation in more than 5 decades, the Central Bank of Somalia announced on Sunday. Ziraat Catalin Bank of Turkey has launched a branch in the Somali capital of Mogadishu, becoming the first international financial institution to fly from the Horn of Africa nation in more than 5 decades, the Central Bank of Somalia announced on Sunday. According to the Central Bank, the establishment of the first foreign bank in Somalia will strengthen the country's financial sector by expanding economic possibilities and commerce between the country and its trading partners. Following a rigorous application procedure, the Central Bank of Somalia awarded 2 operating licenses to over 2 overseas banks in July 2022. Ziraat Catalin Bank and Egypt's Bank Misr. Ziraat Catalin is a state-owned participation bank that is part of the Ziraat Finance Group, which has 15 subsidiaries and 27 offices in 20 countries. We are happy to see the operationalization of the Ziraat Catalin branch in Mogadishu. This is a testament of the success of the reforms of Somalia's financial sector, further enhancing opportunities for investment and development. The Central Bank of Somalia Governor Abdurrahman Mohammed Abdullahi asserted. Mohammed also stated that the Central Bank of Somalia is dedicated to promoting inclusive economic growth in Somalia and establishing a strong and stable financial system. In the 1960s, foreign commercial banks that operated in Somalia includes Italy Banco di Napoli and Banco di Roma, Egypt's Banque de Port Said, and UK's National Grinders Bank. But when the Supreme Revolutionary Council, SRC, overthrew the civilian government in October 1969, all foreign banks in Somalia were nationalized under an order of the SRC on May 7, 1970. Turkey's Ziraat Catalin Bank launch in Somalia heralds better and bigger economic opportunities for the Somali public. Somalia Prime Minister Hamza Abdi Barre called on Somali sheikhs to participate in the fight against Al-Shabaab during an event marking the first anniversary of the October 29, 2022 twin bombing at Somalia's Education Ministry in Mogadishu on Sunday.
During an event in Mogadishu marking the first anniversary of the October 29 twin bombing at Somalia's Education Ministry on Sunday, Prime Minister Hamza Abdi Barre called on all Somali sheikhs to help fight Al-Shabaab. While taking a dig at recent criticism by several Somali clerics concerning turmoil in Gaza, Palestine, Prime Minister Barre advised clergy to address the difficulties posed by Al-Shabaab or enable other clerics to debate them. He underlined the importance of scholars, imams and sheikhs in backing the government's anti-Al-Shabaab efforts. President Hassan Sheikh waged a multifaceted war against militants last year, which includes military, ideological and economic measures. Centering on ideology, the president and his administration held clerics meetings with over 400 Islamic scholars from within Somalia and neighboring nations earlier this year. It was the first time in years that Somali clerics from all sects of Islam came together to denounce terrorism. Even the conservative Wahhabi sect, which has been accused of sympathizing with Al-Shabaab parties.
Somali Defense Minister Abdulqadir Mohammed Noor Jama has accused the Al-Shabaab group of instigating clan conflicts in several regions of the country. According to the minister on Sunday, the group is investing significant resources in foiling conflicts in liberated areas, rather intending to divert the government and local forces from their military operations against them.
Somali Defense Minister Abdulqadir Mohammed Noor Jama accuses Al-Shabaab insurgency of instigating inter-clan conflicts in several regions of the country. According to the minister on Sunday, the organization is investing huge sums in igniting disputes in freed regions in order to divert government and local forces' attention away from military operations against them. He cautioned the public to be vigilant and skeptical of conflicts fueled by Al-Shabaab insurgents with brotherly communities. This remark from the Somalia's Minister of Defense comes after significant inter-clan clashes in Middle Shabelle area over previous 2 weeks. Recently, a young doctor was killed in Galkaya town in what residents termed an interclan rivalry investigating killing. Critics argue that the Puntland administration must urgently reassess its approach to combating violence, focusing on comprehensive measures that address the root causes of the clan conflicts and promote reconciliation among warring factions. Traditionally, interclan conflicts in Somalia have been the source of instability, where proponents fight for control of geopolitics, resources, and at times land use. The fighting triggered the ouster of dictator Siad Barre in 1991.
And now lastly, as we wind up our bulletin, the Minister of Petroleum and Mineral Resources of the Federal Republic of Somalia, Mr. Abdirazak Umar Mohammed, held a significant meeting with the Deputy Envoy of the Secretary General of the United Nations in Somalia and the Coordinator of Humanitarian Aid, Jude Conway. The Minister of Petroleum, Mineral Resources of the Federal Republic of Somalia, Abdirazak Umar Mohammed, met with George Conway, the Deputy Envoy for Coordinator of Humanitarian Aid of the Secretary General of the United Nations in Somalia. The discussion centered on Somalia's key goals, which included the expansion of humanitarian aid and the country's security. During the discussions, the minister met with the UN delegation to reiterate Somalia's commitment to realizing its long-term goals, notably the ambitious target for 2050. Simultaneously, he underlined the need of furthering the country's growth of oil and hydrocarbon production. This high-level engagement demonstrates Somalia's continuous partnership with the United Nations in pursuit of critical humanitarian and development goals. It represents the government's commitment to supporting economic progress and safeguarding residents' well-being. For decades, the federal government of Somalia has struggled with stability, majorly depending on international partners for survival, given the little revenue collected from the members of the public due to the Al-Shabaab menace across the country. Before the collapse of the state, Somalia was exploring oil and gas along her coastline, with ExxonMobil and Shell pitching tents in the Horn of Africa nation. But over the years, these fortunes subsided, forcing the once oil-producing nation to rely on foreign oil and gas imports entirely. Our esteemed lovely viewer, that's all we have prepared for you tonight from our desk in Mogadishu. Thank you for staying put. Kindly subscribe and stay on for more juicy stories in our subsequent bulletins. Have yourselves a lovely night.